With the Florida governor's race now set, the Republican nominee, Congressman Byron Donalds, is taking big swings at his Democratic opponent, David Jolly, arguing the ideas he's pushing are to blame for the affordability crisis hitting their state.
Look at what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris did when they were in charge. They created the largest inflation this country has ever seen in 50 years, brought to us by the Democrats. So the reason why so many families have been struggling is because of Democrat policy. So why would you let the arsonist become the firefighter?
Of course, Donald Trump, who's endorsed Donald, has been president for the last year and a half as inflation's ticked up and Republicans have held a complete trifecta of the Florida state government since 1999. Joining us now is Donald's opponent, Florida Democratic nominee for governor and former Congressman David Jolly. He served in the House for 3 years as a Republican before leaving the party in 2018 and was a longtime analyst for this network. David, congratulations. It is good to see you. I want to give you a chance to respond from what you just heard from Donald there.
When you don't have answers for people's economic conditions, you attack your opponent, you yell socialism. Byron wakes up every day, looks in the mirror and says David Jolly's a radical and scares himself with those words. Alicia, I say I'm not even radical. I'm not radical. I'm not even cool. If we know enough about my walk of life, I'm a former Republican and independent who now holds the Democratic nomination because I believe in kind of a post-ideological space where we just have big problems that need big solutions. Housing, healthcare, education, the fundamentals of people's personal economy. I think the American people, certainly voters in Florida, are ready for change. We're seeing that in the numbers. What Byron's doing is actually trying to break our trust in each other. He's wrapping it in ideology, but he's trying to break a trust that we have seen emerge among voters saying, look, the nation's broken. We've got to do something differently. As a Democrat, if you're willing to just focus on the basics about my personal economy, I'm willing to give you a shot.
Donald, as you well know, objected to certifying the 2020 election. He's denounced the prosecution of January 6th rioters. He defended the so-called anti-weaponization fund to give the defendants money. Help us understand, for those of us who don't live in Florida, don't call Florida home, what it would mean if a person who holds those positions is in the governor's mansion come 2028.
Well, look, this is the home of MAGA, right? And Donald Trump is kind of handpicked Byron Donalds. Donalds is known for two things. First, he's Donald Trump's guy. Second, he's owned by all the special interests from big tech, big data, utilities, insurance, Airbnb, for-profit schools. But look, let me flip the script for you. What does it mean when we win the governorship? Because if the election were tonight, we'd win. Sure, we reset Florida's opportunity, the Florida promise, if you will. Look, the economy is growing in Florida, and it should, but we also know it's not growing for everybody, and it needs to. The basics, investments in housing, healthcare, and education, whether you're a homeowner or a renter, where do you send your kids to school, where can you get healthcare? But what it does nationally, Alicia, it completely restructures American politics. When a Democrat gets elected in Florida, the road to the White House now changes dramatically in 2028. We can claw back congressional seats that were just gerrymandered. But more importantly, we let voters reimagine what our politics can look like. A Democratic candidate amplifying Democratic values in a way that builds coalition with independents and Republicans by going back to the basics in an era of toxic partisanship. Look, that's where we should all think a little aspirationally about what's happening in Florida right now.
Speaking of aspirational, I have heard you make this point in this last week alone, that if the election were held today, that you would absolutely win it. I just also saw, though, a Democratic fundraising email saying you have about a 30% chance of winning this race. And so I wonder both how you square those numbers and what it's going to take to get the support you need from national Democrats to really pull this over the finish line.
Yeah, let's go what's happened this cycle. So 2 years ago, Trump won by about 14 points. Since then, our congressionals have swung by 15 to 16. The city of Miami elected a Democratic mayor for the first time in 30 years. It was 19 points. Mar-a-Lago elected a Democratic state representative. Voters are already there. The only poll that's come out since election night has us up 1. Now, look, it's a very fragile currency, right? You're not always presented this in every cycle. 4 years ago, Florida's voters wanted to stay the course, whether we agreed with it or not. not. This cycle, they're asking for change, and Byron Donalds can't offer change. He's offering more of the same. And so what we have seen emerge is a coalition that understands, hey, Jolly, if you're just going to focus on housing, healthcare, and education, and honestly, I want to end the culture wars not out of a progressive platform, but old school Republican stay out of your life platform, stay out of your bedroom, your doctor's office, stay out of your personal life. If you're going to focus on the basics, grow the economy, invest in my opportunity, and keep government out of my life, that's it. What we're seeing from Republicans is big government conservatism, trampling on local control and personal freedoms, and wrecking the economy for people that actually have to support the part of the economy that is growing for those who are doing best.
You raised the bedroom, the doctor's office. Let me throw into that, Milou, the schoolroom, a school board in Sarasota, Florida, that had been at the center of culture war debates over book bans, over mask mandates. They lost their conservative majority this week. I wonder what that signals to you about where voters are right now, what their priorities are.
Yeah, it's a change cycle. Understand, the economy should work, but it should work for everybody. Economic growth is good, but if you're falling behind with housing, healthcare, and education, and what you see from Tallahassee are more culture wars, attacks on teachers, attacks on books, attacks on the LGBTQ plus community, on black and brown voters, on voting rights, on bodily autonomy, you're sitting there saying, why are we launching these culture wars when all I need you to do is give me greater access to lower rents in my community? If I'm a homeowner, a catastrophic fund to reduce coverage for hurricane coverage. More people are going without health care than ever before in the state of Florida. We've abandoned public education. You send your kid to a choice school, you get charged tuition on top of it. So voters are looking at, frankly, Ron DeSantis, at Byron Donalds, at Donald Trump, saying, you're building gilded ballrooms, you're launching culture wars, and the one thing you're not doing is actually helping me out. Sarasota's red wall is caving too. This is a 1974 post-Watergate moment, Alicia. We're not always presented this cycle, but people are believing in each other again more than they're believing in their party. What is emerging in Florida right now is you don't have to be a Democrat to vote for a Democrat. My job is to amplify Democratic values, to bring in independents and Republicans. I didn't join the Democratic Party to change it. I joined the party to grow it. And that's exactly what's happening on the ground in Florida.
David Jolly, thank you so much for taking the time.